My third day of data entry in my own quest line. How did it get to this? One quest. If you're trying to do this in your spare time like me, I'm Jan. You're watching a little daily indie game dev for a top-down adventure game much in the likes of the old 8-bit Zelda. You got your work cut out for you. Today is Friday the 12th of June. I did record yesterday as well, but work got very busy. This got very busy, so I thought I'd just grind on and just skip editing that video. Man, this is a lot of work, but I'm getting better at it. So let me show you what I got. It's not finished yet, but just a quick little play test. Let's turn this on. With stick drift on my wired Xbox controller, I had to use the one for the Mac over there when I brought it back. Pairing issues, it's a hassle. So I just got my one of the PlayStation 5 controllers. Since there's only so much multiplayer we do, now it definitely bothers me more that the icons are not lining up. Alright, I'm just gonna blaze through this. Short answers. You don't have to wait for it to type out. And I have yet to implement switching it up when I want to go into the vocabulary and, look at a word. Okay, next one. All the names, everything, Alvador, I just had to put something there. I did think about maybe skipping that Erufu says, but then I cannot, then I have less options to change the animation for the character through an event in the animated dialogue system, and it's not that bad. If anything, it gives you a moment to pause and just leave the game and walk away and get a coffee. It's kind of fun. Let's see. Let's go north. Oh, and we broke it. As you can see, red lines is bad, and I guess this is where we are stuck. Now, the other thing I thought yesterday was I don't actually have a backup. I cannot press start and then quit the game or anything like that when I'm stuck here, So I better not make any mistakes. Escape. But I also added escape to the gamepad on the special button on the right, and it also doesn't work on any controller. Back to my data table and back to some more data entry. So we were, let's see, what is your clan? Go back to 19. So I've been working on the workflow, and so I got, I'm using these little codes for myself, right? So this is the previous, which is now hidden on screen, doesn't show up in the game anymore, but for my own. I imagine 3 months down the line, I'll just jump into one of these note versions of the data table, so I can work on the go if I want to. So let's just old man line 28 or row name 28, which is this one then. Sometimes you have to click away and then on the correct one. Fear my predicament. Okay, line 19, then we jump here. Can you point me in a direction at least? Then jump to line 22. Okay, and then I chose go north 24. See, this is how it's working. And then there's no jump to. Maybe get into the habit of always having a finish there. That could work. No coffee, no water. Parched. So this should be 19. So you can choose another direction. So let's do that. Tighten the ship. So these, the yellow ones over here, I hope that's legible. I can just increase it. The yellow lines are the ones we're focusing on to write a little quest, a simple quest, but I cannot help myself. I want the branching paths. Even though I'm doing the thing I dislike, which is, all the way back to Bioware games, get 4 options, but there's only one real one. The others are just 2 are exactly the same as the real one, and 1 is something completely different that'll then loop you back to the real one. Now I'm doing that thing, but at least I have to tie them up so that you get the illusion of choice, but you don't break the game. So westwards is the one we want. Westwards. How to get to the land, the dry lands in the west. And then it should jump to 27, but it doesn't, does it? I made a mistake. 27. So we go here, 27, go to 29, get options. Okay, 30. Next batch. That's my 4 full. You get the short in the branch. You click, you go to a new row where the whole line gets typed out for you and giving me an extra option for any animation I might want to do. And then from there, so you have a shield of weapon for me, 31, and then to 34. Okay, this is working. And then 34 goes to 36. And then 36 is stuck. That's where I'm stuck. Okay, 36 has, oh no, I did do it. Okay, good. Go to 39. Isn't this exciting? I watched a little video yesterday, but I watched a little developer blog yesterday about somebody who put out her game. I forget her name, but her game is called Mighty Meow, so I have to check that on Steam. And she put out this overview of, okay, it took me 3 years, what would I do differently? And I watched it. It's a good video. I'll be sure to put a link down below. And I basically realized, like, what she refers to as her prototyping phase, that's where I am. And that the mistake she made was trying to do everything at once. So prototyping, learning how to build stuff, and production. And that pretty much sums up my last 6 months. Like, I am prototyping stuff. Like, I built the camera system, then I am now on to version 3 of the camera system. Same with like putting in dialogue systems and monologue systems and like branching stories, and am I going to use it or not? Let's see if it's fun. But I've also spent, you know, like a good entire month animating just the character, just to get it up to a standard where I want. And I also spent a serious amount of time building tiles and then a map, but I didn't know how to use Sprite. So totally guilty of that. And I kind of knew what I was doing because I do have experience from the very first time I even attempted to make a game. And that was, we're talking like 2008. That was a long time ago. And I really, the big mistake I made back then, or making choices based on my ability back then, was I focused much more on art. So I went full on spending all my time making nice looking art to the best of my ability, nice looking animations to the best of my ability, learning how to use a Mac for the first time and all these apps, Poser, all this stuff. And then in the end, I had to, with no programming skills, I just could not progress. And then my hard drives died and I just moved on life. So this time I kind of made a choice, like I want to learn this Sprite thing and I want to spend some time on the tiles or animation to get it up to a level where I'm happy with it. And because I did that, now a couple of months later, I'm at a stage where I can make choices. I need some frames of animation. 1 or 2 is enough, and only for this direction, and that's it. And then we'll pull the plug. And if that works, prototyping, then at some point we'll go back and finish up those animations. I might catch back with you later. I might see you tomorrow. I don't know yet. Work might get in the way, but I'm gonna have to put this in.